Yeah. In today's session, we'll learn more about Firebase, how to create a database in Firebase, and how to, access. That is the objective. So, what is the objective? Creating a database in a Firebase and accessing that particular database using Python programming. So, in general, for this particular thing is required for many projects. So that's why you should understand. So for that, what we are taking something like, the installed load survey in a campus. So what is install load? This may be, a room number. Okay. So room number is basically one column. And also what you do, you may store something like, uh, total load. Okay. Total load. Total load means how many, you will be adding all the wattages of every device. Say if you are installed something like, 4 lamps of 10 watts, then total is 40 watts. If you have a fan which is of 60 watt, if you have say 5 fans, then 300 watts. So totally something around 340 watts, something like that. So that is how you do the survey of load. Say room number 201. Okay, then the installed capacity is, total load, installed load is 240 watts. How much you use, it doesn't matter, but I am just creating some kind of inventory. Okay, so this is basically installed load. Okay, install load. So I'm doing some inventory. I'm going each and every room. I'm much fans and how much lamps and other loads. I'm just accumulating all the values. I'm just recording. So it looks RDBMS, but I'll try to create using NoSQL. So in this particular room, you may have 5 fans and 5 lamps. So in that case, installed capacity is say 350 watts. So like that, you can note down the reading, and also you may have to specifically mention the fans. Okay, number of fans. Say fans are fans load. If something like fan load is 300, you are just keeping the cutoff. And also say for example LED load. So you may keep something like 40, and you may not have any record for 202 room number. So this is a simple database. Now the first objective is how to create this particular database in Firebase. Okay, how to create this kind of database in Firebase. That is the first task what we do. Okay, so creation of database in a Firebase. Okay, so now we'll go in deeper now. So you just have to go to Firebase console. Okay, I already told you had to use your Gmail account to log in. So this is a Gmail Google product. You just have to use the Gmail ID, or you have to use create one Gmail ID and you have to log in. So now what you have to do? You have to create a project. Last class I explained. You just have to click on this add project. You may be having empty, nothing. Only add project will be there. Click on that add project and give some name, and one project will be created. So that's all. So once after creation of that particular project, you just click on that particular project. Then what you will see this kind of screen. Okay, so this kind of dashboard you will see. So I already told last class the capability of the Firebase I explained. What is the capability of Firebase? You have authentication. You can create different kind of authentications. Okay, using Gmail, using Facebook. You can use mobile phone. You can use your own user ID and password. So that kind of authentication you can create. And also you can create a database. Database means this is the item what we are taking up today. You can create a database, NoSQL data. Store your data, like your the data, like, you can store your images, you can store your, any other files in this particular storage system. And also hosting services also this Firebase gives. That means you can create a application and you can keep that particular application inside this Firebase server. Then what happens? It's basically cloud server. You can create an application and you can keep that particular application inside this particular. Also possible. That is basically called hosting services. And also you can create your own functions and you can keep that particular functions inside the Firebase. Okay, so that is also possible using this Firebase. So these are some features of the Firebase. Now in that, what we are going to do, we are going to use database. You just have to click on the database. So when you click on the database, you will see this kind of screen, or you will see some empty screen, and you just have to create a database. Okay, so then after that, what you have to do, there will be two items will be there. One is Cloud Firestore and real-time database. Two available in Firebase. Now you just click on the Cloud Firestore. Okay, Cloud Firestore. So now you will get some kind of empty this one. Now what I'll do, so I'll create, I want to create a, database. So NoSQL database I have to create. So now I can convert this particular, database in this way. I can convert this as, okay. So anyway, you see, in JSON format, I can create a, okay. You see, room number 201. Okay, room number 201, and say total load is 340. Okay, so this is one record. Okay, so similarly you can create records. Okay, now the same thing I'll create in the Firebase. Now can you see here? Now I'll just give, so this entire database, NoSQL database, you just have to give a name, like how you give a name in MySQL schema name. In the similarly, you have to provide the collection name in the NoSQL. Okay, almost collection is similar to schema. Okay, so now my table name, the schema name is the install load. So now what I'll do, I'll just click on this particular start collection and just provide a name for that particular schema and click on next. Okay, and n number of fields. Okay, you can add n number of fields. Say for example, room number. Okay, so this is your room number. Value is 201. Okay, so it may be string or it may be number. You can consider. It doesn't matter. You can consider any variable. Okay, so any variable you can consider. Now I just considering 201 and I'm just saving. Now you see what happens when you do something like this. Okay. Okay. Now here you see install load is one collection is created. Under that one document ID, it will automatically assign. Then now you can see here room number 201 is one field. Okay, one field it is created, and you can add a number of fields. Say total load. Total load is basically 340. So 340. I added that particular record. Now can you see here? Now one record is added. One record is added in this particular thing. Now in the same way, you can add one more document. Okay, so I am just adding one more document with a different room number. Okay, so room number. Okay, so 202. Okay, I am just adding. You can add one more here itself that total load. Total load is say 350 because one lamp is extra, what we are assuming here. Then just click on save. Now see, now that you have to observe the main one is installed capacity. Under the different document IDs will be there, and for each document ID, again one collection will assign. Okay, so under each ID. So that is what you have to understand. Okay, so now the thing is basically I created this particular things. Now the advantage is, say for example, first document you need to add according to us fan load and LED load also I need to add. Say to add that kind of data, you just click here and go to field, and here you just add fan load, which is 300. Okay, whatever available data you just have to add in the database. Okay, so here 40. Can you see here that records I had it? But when you go to the second document ID, I don't have information. That information I don't have. So I just left it as it is. You understood, no? So in this way, you can create a database in a Firebase, Firebase cloud. Okay. So now you see the advantage is that RDBMS means you have to provide all the columns. You can make it null, but it takes space. But here these two spaces are empty, but I have not assigned any value. It won't space. It won't take any memory. So that is the advantage of the NoSQL databases. Now I just created a NoSQL databases. Now how to understand? So your collection to take your schema name, and then you start adding the records to that particular database. So this is how it looks like. So any clarification required on this creation of database? Any clarification required? Okay, okay. So I create a database. Now, what is next task? Next task, say for example, I have taken the total load as 340. Suddenly one LED lamp is added. So say 20 watt LED lamp is added. I just want to change this particular value to 360, and I may have to see what is the total number of total load in our campus. So classes. See, you can do a lot of things using this particular database. So how to do that particular things? You have to go for some programming language. So in our case, what we are doing, so we are using the Python program. So we are using Python program to get this particular data. Okay. So now for that, what you have to do? So if you want more information, click on this one. Click on this help. This question mark button, and there is one tab, particular developer docs. You can see all kind of helps. Okay, so using web application, how to use this Firebase in iOS, how to use this Firebase in Android, how to use Firebase, and if you want to open APIs, then how to use that one. The entire details they will provide. Entire details they will provide. You can go through that, and also for every programming language they will provide the code. Okay, codes are available. So in that way you have to use this particular help menu. Okay, now I create database. My next task is I'll go for Python. I think you know Python. So what you have to do? You can start a simple program, or so you can go for Jupyter Lab also. So I'm just moving to Jupyter Lab. I'm starting Jupyter Lab. So I'll take the new console. I've taken new console. Now here you have to work on. You have to connect your Firebase with your database. Okay. For that, what you have to do. So one more thing you have to do in Firebase is this. Now carefully select the project. Here you may be having n number of project. So whatever project you have created, that project should be here. Then click on this gear button just beside this project over project setting. Okay, so after clicking on this, go to service accounts. Okay, just go to the service accounts tab, and what you can see here, select the Python, select Python button. Okay, then what you have to do, you just have to click on generate private key. So last class also I explained what is this private key. If any third party want to use this Firebase database, then they have to key to connect to the Firebase database. I am just saving this particular file, and then you see you will get one JSON file. Inside that, all the private keys will be there. Now I am just giving this as private key file, something like that. You can give any name. Okay, I just gave some name, and then what you have to do, this private key file, okay, which is also called service key, okay, service account key. Then this service account key you have to place in the folder. Say for example in the Jupyter Lab. So I am working on this particular folder. Okay, so how to see that one? I don't know whether this command is there. Yeah. So if you type pwd present working directory in the console, you will see that particular, the directory. So you just have to copy that particular directory, and you have to go to that particular directory. Okay, so just directory. Yeah, so now I'll just manually go to that particular directory. Okay, I just came to this directory and paste that particular file. The private key file is there now. You just have to paste that particular file in this folder. Okay, now what is the name? Private key file. Private key file is the file name which can be used to connect to that particular. Now, what code you have to use to connect to that particular Firebase? Okay, so this is the code, or in simple way, I'll just use simple code. Okay, so now if you see this particular code, so this is basically the, okay, it uses Firebase library, and most important thing, before starting Python, you have to use this particular command. Okay, you have to use the pip install Firebase upgrade. Okay, otherwise what you can use, pip install Firebase admin. So you have to run this particular command in the command prompt. In the command prompt, you have to run this command. Okay, so you have to execute this particular command, then only that library will be installed in your machine. Okay, in Linux, you have to run this command using this command, sudo install. Okay, sudo install pip install Firebase admin. Then all the necessary Firebase library will come to your machine. Then after that, what you do? So after installation only, I can import that particular library. Otherwise, no module error will come. Okay, so just you have to take some instances. You just have to import all these libraries, necessary libraries, and then here uh, to connect with that particular Firebase account, you have to provide the, you know, private key file name here. Okay, private key. I just given private key file.json. That was my key file name. Now, you see here, after that, what you are doing, you are just initializing. You are making that connection between your Python and the Firebase. You are making the connection between Firebase and your Python program. Okay. Then you are creating one instance. That entire database is there, no NoSQL database. That entire client. Using this particular client, you can do all the operations. So now let me run this program. You see, it is successfully executed. Okay, it is successfully executed. Now that means the connection is okay now. Connection is okay. Now what I have to do? I have to see this records. So whatever the data I created in the database, I want to see that particular. Now you see in Firestore, this is my that install load is the database. Under that, I just have to see this records, this load value for that particular 201 room number. I want to get. Okay, so that is my objective. Now you see, I'll just go back to my program, and there is one. Some codes are available. You just have to uh, use that code. You see, this is the code. So you establish the client. Okay, client means from your machine you can connect to Firebase Cloud. Now in this particular retrieval, so this is basically retrieving data from Firebase. So to retrieve data from from the Firebase, you have to mention the collection name. The collection name. So you have to go back to your Firebase dashboard or database. There the main connection collection name is installed load. So that you have to provide here. Installed load. So that is the collection name. Then it will create, stream is, it will create a communication channel. Okay, so it will create a communication channel, and all the documents, entire that, collection data is available in the variable called docs now. So once you execute this particular stream function, then what happens? The entire data will come and it will sit in the docs variable. Then what you do after that, you want to see the entire record. You may not be having one record. You may have to traverse through the entire document ID. So for example, if you see my database, I have two document IDs. Under each document ID, one record is there. Okay, I have to traverse all the record. So for that, you are using for loop. You are at inside docs, how many records are there? Split the document into different records and display each. So that is the meaning of this particular for loop. So once I run this particular code, can you see here that particular data is coming and it is displaying here. So now the thing what we have achieved, we have achieved the connection between your Python and Firebase database. Okay, those values in my console. Okay, so if you don't want this syntax, you can use any other syntax. So you can just print you can just print the dictionary variable. If you want only dictionary variable, you can simply print the dictionary variable instead of that format. You see here. Now when if I run this code, There is something is missing. Yeah. Other formats, what you can do, you can just print the dictionary variable. You can convert this dictionary variable to list, and you can point any one particular value in that particular dictionary variable, or in the list variable, and you can use in your program. So you can add all the the values, this 240 and 350, and you can add, you can display the total load in the campus, something like that. So in this way, the database. Okay, in this way, you can retrieve the information from the database. Any clarification required on this retrieval of the data from the Firebase? Any clarification? Okay, I'll just quickly demonstrate. Say, for example, I added only 2 rooms. I want to add in the database in Firebase. Okay, I don't want to go to the Python console. I just want to do all those things from my Python program. So if I want to do that, then what you have to do? Okay, there is a small code is available. Okay, now this is the code what you have to use to do that particular operation. So you just have to create that particular document ID and call that particular function. Okay, call that particular function ID. Say for example here, the document ID, automatically it will generate and it will add in the Firebase. So if you don't have any, specific document ID, leave it. Otherwise, you can give some IDs. You have to generate some IDs, and you can give that particular ID in the program itself. Okay. Now what you do? So first variable is a room number. Okay, I'll just change this one. And the second variable is total load, and you, as assume that you have some uh, machines or something like that, which is having, say, it is consuming 1,000 watts, something like that. Room number 203. Okay, so maybe you don't have a fan information. You may be having, see, led load value. So led load value, I'm just considering everything as a string. Even otherwise you can consider 100 watts. So now add this particular record 203 room number survey information to the existing database. Now the if you run this particular program, you see, okay, so done. So now when you go back to your Firebase database, can you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 got document ID. When you click on that particular document ID, that record is reflecting here. Now I want to bring one point here. See, for example, the same program, how quick it is, how fast it is. Say, for example, I have some other document ID. Say, for example, 46. Okay, some ID. And okay, for 204 room number. Okay, so which is having some other uh, load. I just want to add. Now you see here, here record is not added. Now I just want to showcase the simultaneously how that reflects, how quickly that will reflect in the database. I just want to showcase. Now you see here database, and I'm going to run this particular program. You see this program I'll run. I just want to keep side by side so that you can see the reflection. Okay, so you see here, I'm just keeping that program. I'm just clicking on the run button. You see, I'm clicking on run button. Now, can you see the real time operation? How quickly that record has been? It's so fast. It's so fast. So that is why I always recommend, if you want to do any real time application in your Python. Okay, so you just have to go with this kind of Firebase database. You see immediately that record will reflect. Okay, immediately that record will reflect. In this way, you can insert any value to the Python program. So now, what are the things we learned today? We learned how to create a database in Firebase. So and also how to insert the records to a database. So these are the things what we have learned today. Okay, any clarification you require, you can ask. So last thing I'll tell you, it is very important. If you are getting some errors that you are unable to retrieve information or something like that, make sure that here under the rules, okay, under the database menu, so you just have to make it either it should be, or you have to provide that read and write access. You can simply make this as true. Then what happens? You are giving the read and write access to the third parties. So that is how you have to understand here. So that modifications you have to do it in under the database rules menu. Okay, once you make that, and it will be accessible from the third party. So this is how you have to do the NoSQL database operation. I mean, I have to work on that update and delete also, but for now we will stop and are required, then we will address that one. You see, this is most important because I don't suggest, I don't recommend you to use some databases like MySQL or any other RDBMS. Okay, even this is basically free, and also which is competing with any other databases in market. Okay, and it is NoSQL database is very popular. Many people uses this particular database. That's why you start exploring this one, and is required for your project. Then try to select this Firebase as a first option. And also, most thing, it is a Google product one, and also service is good, and also lot of that what I can say, the free services they will provide, it is very good. So, and also that integration compatibility, okay, so everything is very good in this particular Firebase databases. So keep this as a first option whenever any database integration. Okay, so that is my recommendations. So if you have any question, please ask. See, this is very important session. Okay, and try to replicate this entire thing. This will be definitely useful whenever you do some projects or something like that. This will be useful in mobile application. This will be useful in web application. This will be useful in MATLAB or any application you do. So this one you can use and you can build. Okay. So just keep this in a mind whenever you are taking any database activity. Okay, if you have any questions, stay back. Otherwise, you can take a leave. I'll share the video. Just work on this particular Firebase and Python integration. You can take a leave from the class. If you have any question, you can stay back and ask.